Hello, everyone. This is the Last Jedi commentary. Are you excited, Bogan?
I'm so excited
This is the
for the
most
best of the trilogy movies, but also a
pretty,
shitty movie.
pretty definitively. Are you excited, Daniel? Oh yeah, he didn't want to be here. I'm sorry. Wasn't that a funny joke, Bogan?
What a jerk.
Well, he wanted to be here. Last minute, he decided he wanted to be here.
Did
But
he?
that's
I
not.
don't know. I can't read his messages. He's like giving very mixed signals.
Yeah, that's the way.
We'll get him to do episode 9.
Yeah, and I was also thinking, you asked last time, we're gonna do Han Solo, right?
Did it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
okay.
as I was bringing up Disney Plus right now, I was thinking we should do Han Solo because episode 9 isn't out yet.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't care about Rogue One. That movie's garbage, but Han Solo I haven't seen, so sure.
Yeah, I hear it's totally serviceable.
Yay.
Anyway, we're ready to press.
That show gets me excited.
Well, I mean that's the standard these days, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We're ready to. Are you ready to press play?
Yes. Are you
Alright,
2
when I
seconds
say-
ahead?
Yes, I am 2 seconds. So, we're going by the Disney Plus version of the movie, but I'm just gonna tell you what's happening on screen at a given moment, and you'll just sync up. All right. So I'm gonna press play when I say play. 3, 2, 1, play.
You know what would be fucked up if my version is a bit longer because my text scroll is in German and maybe the text is longer or
A lot of
something.
got too far away. That would be weird.
That would be that happens in
Star Wars logo.
speedrunning where
Oh, really?
they play the Japanese version or something because it's just shorter. Because you can fit more text on less screen.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Kanji. Episode VIII, The Last Jedi. The First Order reigns. So yeah, you said the best of the trilogy, but still a bad movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think it's the best of the trilogy. I think it's okay as a movie. I think it's like I don't love it, but I don't have the vitriolic hatred which a lot of people have against it either.
Well, yeah, because you're not an idiot.
Yeah.
There's no reason
don't-
to hate this movie.
No. I think a lot of the so actually I hate the cultural effect of this movie because it just ate up my the YouTube homepage for like a year.
Yeah.
I never watched any of those complaining videos, but I was recommended them like crazy. I hated that. But that's a lesson in don't let your cultural identity be molded by faceless corporations, I suppose. Just watch this movie as a movie. It's not don't make your life about it. Maybe that's the true Star Wars.
I got my wine, by the way, as promised. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you're gonna go into the hard liquor next time.
Yeah. I don't usually drink wine, so I was kind of shocked when it had like a cork, and I realized I'm gonna have to drink the whole bottle.
Yeah, it doesn't keep. What kind of wine is it? Red wine.
White wine.
White wine. Ooh, I like red wine better.
I do not.
It's been a few years since I drank though, so maybe my tastes have changed. I love this guy. No, not this guy. That's Hux. The other guy who's like super crusty and super British.
Aren't they all super crusty and super British?
Well, there's one who's a bit more. They did something to his eyebrows in this movie. It doesn't look quite the same. Maybe it's sideburns. It's the guy on this ship. He looks like a bulldog. This is very KOTOR 1, where they just have an aerial bombardment of a planet. Not this guy. Oh, hey, here's your favorite actor.
He's good. Like, Nothing against Oscar Isaacs.
Thank you for your support, General.
Happy beeps?
For General Hux. Get that joke?
The Republic.
He definitely, I really like Donald Gleason in these movies. He very much captures that silly Flash Gordon Star Wars, which I said last time I really liked. This is not a good joke.
No.
This is a really bad introduction to this movie.
Yeah.
Like, how does this guy become so powerful in this organization?
Yeah,
He's a complete
that
idiot.
is a good question. He's nothing but incompetent in every movie. At least there was a point to this.
That was stupid, because we talked about this last time, how there's only science in the space when they need it to be. BB-8, he was pushed back by moving forwards just then. There's no force working against him. There's no air resistance pushing him back.
Well, this is how ships fly. I think a lot of this stuff wouldn't happen if we had actual zero-G.
Well, that would just be a boring... this guy! Look at him! I love this guy.
It does look like a bulldog.
It's the wiggly waggly chin.
Well, they're also angry. Fucking hell. You should see how calm people are in Star Trek when they start firing at others. It's like whenever Picard goes into battle, he's like, oh, fucking hell, whatever.
Yeah, I hear the new Picard series is great, by the way.
Oh, yes.
We didn't talk about it last time. We did. Look at this. Again, where do you begin fixing this? I made this point last time. The interface... Like, look at these interfaces. It doesn't make any sense.
Also, oh god. It came out like leaking water. And it was electricity. If there's electricity leaking, the thing doesn't work anymore.
I feel like every vehicle in Star Wars is actually like 5 vehicles combined into one, and when they have 5 extra engines, so when 2 engines go down, they just have to fix them and rely on the other engines. Oh yeah, this is the last movie Carrie Fisher ever made before she passed away.
She is in episode 9, though.
Yeah, but that was footage they had from the first one, I believe. She actually worked on the script of this movie. She script doctored it with Rian Johnson.
Really?
Yeah. Well, Rian Johnson said that. Maybe he's just being... See, how does this work? You just beat it with your head? Anyway.
I don't know. I can't.
Anyway, Rian Johnson said that. Maybe it's that thing where it's like, oh, Jared Leto was so method acting. They just say that to sort of sell the movie or to be nice to Carrie Fisher. But I don't know. She may have worked on this.
It's not a compliment to have worked on the script for The Last Jedi.
I suppose that depends on how much affinity you have for the movie.
At the very least, this movie has a lot of problems. So.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. What do you think what is the philosophy of the First Order?
Oh my god, did you see that? That was Randy Quaid, wasn't it?
What?
Wasn't that Randy Quaid?
I didn't see. Maybe he'll show up again.
Randy Quaid is like the guy in Independence Day who flies his ship into the alien ship at the
yeah.
end.
Then it was definitely not him.
Really? Are you sure?
Disney would not put that psychopath in a movie these days.
Yeah.
Did you see the video where he was like, I think he was wearing a mask of like Obama or somebody, and he had his wife wear a mask of like Netanyahu or something.
Oh no.
And he was just having like sex on screen.
Then I
Like
might
that guy has
actually be
lost
wrong,
his
yes.
that guy's mind is rotten. Disney would not put him in anything. He's like a crazy person. I thought you meant Dennis Quaid. That's like a
They
little
got their
cameo.
best Randy Quaid lookalike.
See, I think yeah, we got to talk about Rose.
That's not Rose, you fucking racist.
Hey, that's her sister.
Really?
I'm not racist.
Is that her sister?
That was her sister.
Oh, yeah,
See,
she-
who's racist now? That's her sister.
How is that racist if I don't know if that is her sister? What?
You were accusing me of not being able to separate the two.
Yeah.
Ah, well. I'm much like
How is
before-
that racist? What the fuck are you talking about?
I misunderstood you, sorry. Much like the First Order, I am very friendly to multiculturalism or whatever.
And now comes the but.
No, there's no
Please
but.
go on.
There's no but. I just want to say we need to talk about Rose. Probably.
Yeah.
And I saw her sister and I said, hey, let's talk about Rose. I definitely didn't reveal that I had intended to make an accidentally racist joke in the last commentary on the Discord earlier. I maintain that joke wasn't racist.
Use the force.
Look at that.
Fantastic.
Gone.
Oh,
She
you
wouldn't be able to
dumb
catch
bitch.
that. Like, yeah, right.
Wouldn't you hold out your hand though? She was just looking at it, going past her.
Bombs away. Look at that family heirloom.
This seems like an incredibly efficient weapon.
Well,
Why isn't the
it's
ship
a movie.
moving? Can it theoretically go light speed?
It's a movie. Oh, there goes my favorite character.
It was an honor serving with you.
Look at her face. She's got like resting bitch face. I like Carrie Fisher. I think, however, unlike Mark Hamill, unlike Harrison Ford, I don't think she has the character anymore. I think Harrison Ford still has Han Solo. I think Mark Hamill still has Luke. I don't think she still has Leia. I just see that as Carrie Fisher.
Yeah. There's not much left of spunky Leia. She's boring and old now.
Yeah, see, maybe Carrie Fisher should have spent less time writing scripts and more time playing witches in these movies, like all old Hollywood actresses do. See, look at that. That's good. He's like a floppy idiot. Now, you may not know this. I read the trivia for this movie earlier. You may not know this, but Rian Johnson was originally asked to direct Star Wars VII. Or, well, asked. He was in the running, I believe. Do you think that would have been a better choice?
Probably not.
See, I think it would have been. I think the problem with this movie is that it kind of concludes the trilogy, in a way. whereas probably it would have been
It
better.
doesn't conclude shit.
Well, it concludes the previous movie, right?
How is everyone ignoring him?
I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on. Poor John Boyega.
Also,
he was so shafted by these
what
movies.
did they actually? What were they trying to accomplish in that fight scene just now?
Oh, they were destroying the Super Dreadnought.
But why? Like,
because
that was their only goal. They were flying an attack or whatever.
Yeah, Poe, I believe, they weren't supposed to do it. Poe broke orders, I believe. I'm not really watching.
What were they doing there? Like just leaving? Were they leaving? Yeah. And Poe said, "Oh no, fuck that thing! I'm gonna blow it up."
Nah, he was like, "It's our only chance to blow it up."
Yeah.
Look at this. Isn't this funny? Mark Hamill is so good in this movie.
He should have a different reaction. Like, I don't care what the fuck you went through. That is not any way to fucking greet a person.
No.
That is such a movie thing to do.
It's also strange because later in the movie, he learns that Han Solo died. Which I think is really weird, because at the end of the last movie, it always seemed to me like he was crying over a shrine he had made to him. Because, like, this was not the plan for Luke's character, clearly. Like, it was not the plan that he appear like a Jedi and then he throws the lightsaber away and changes clothes.
No, definitely.
Rian Johnson changed that.
And this is like, I don't know. I don't know how much you can chalk up to him being a weird outsider now, but you cannot pretend like he's just that asocial. He would say, "No, I don't care. Leave me alone with that shit. Go." And then
he should have force pushed her off the cliff. Do you want to hear a funny behind the scenes story from this island?
It's an island.
It's kind of. Yeah, it's just filmed on an island.
Yeah. No, in Ireland.
Yeah, it's the Skellig Michael Island. Oh, wait. Look at that! That's so Luke Skywalker.
That's true, it is.
Anyway, so it's a 600-foot climb. That's like 200 meters for the civilized people listening. And Mark Hamill had... Initially, he made that climb for the first movie, and when they were for the episode 7, and when they were starting to film this movie, he made the climb again, and he hoped that he would be able to just put a tent up there, so he wouldn't have to go up every day for shooting. And the thing is, Skellig Michael's Island, it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, so he wasn't allowed to.
That's funny.
Yeah. He reasoned that it would help him stay in character. He bullshitted that because he just didn't want to take the stairs. There's Snoke in his golden
robes. Why does Snoke look so dumb and weird? And what the fuck is up with his clothes?
I like his clothes. He's like a Ming the Merciless type of dude.
It looks like he just woke up.
Yeah, because he's like a decadent, crazy emperor guy. See, I like that. I don't like his face. I don't understand why it's not just a dude.
Yeah, his face is like, there's a lot of backstory there that we just never got to see.
Yeah. They moved the scar. His scar from the last movie. They moved it over his eye. Take that.
The gods are so far away. Like, what was the point of that?
Why is he so afraid of Luke Skywalker?
Because it's Luke Skywalker.
Ah, yes. Oh, you're no Vader. You know, Darth Vader, he's very overhyped in this universe.
Yeah.
Like, he's a
He
good
really
character
didn't
and I
do
like
much.
him. But
He's
in
not
universe,
super powerful.
In universe, he just, what did he do? I suppose he
He
killed
choked the
a bunch of
guy a
Jedi.
little bit, and then he died. I mean, you should see the end of Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh, I've seen that.
He is basically Jesus.
Yeah. I hate his design in that game. His mask, it looks rubbery. Rian Johnson did that. He stomped the mask and ruined it. That's from my trivia list here. You don't need Luke Skywalker, Rey. And thus begins like an hour and a half long section of the movie where nothing happens.
Yep. Can't wait. Also can't wait for the other 30-minute section where also nothing happens.
Oh yeah? There's too many plots going on in this movie which don't go
Yeah,
anywhere.
none of them do anything.
I like this. I like this creature. How did Luke Skywalker discover that you could drink their milk, do you wonder? Is that something he knew, or did he just try it out one day?
The Jedi Archives told him.
Oh yeah. Maybe you can drink the milk of every creature in this universe. Look at how disgusted she is. Like, she used to eat portions when she lived on Jakku. You do what you gotta do to survive. Oh, there's a pork. You know the story behind the porks, right?
Hold on.
Oh, you want to see him fish?
I don't remember this. Well, that's stupid, but okay. What is the story behind porks?
The porks on the island.
Like, why do they exist? Or
Yeah, you knew why?
because they needed a new toy?
Because there were puffins on the island.
Oh.
And instead it was
Oh.
cheaper to CGI over them to remove them.
Really?
That's the reasoning they gave.
Really?
Hmm.
Couldn't they just have thrown a stone or something?
No, puffins are crazy. Do you remember I had that puffin in my home a few months ago?
Yes, I remember.
You can probably find that somewhere on my Twitter timeline, if you're listening to this. That bird and I shared an adventure. Have you ever had a puffin? Like, eaten one?
There are no puffins here.
Oh. If you get the opportunity to eat them,
No.
and you stop being a vegetarian,
So never.
So never.
Never on both accounts.
They're fine. You need to smoke them though. You can't put them on a grill. They don't taste good that way. Smoked puffin, they're fine. If you eat too much of them, it's sort of like just ugh. But one every now and then, it's fine. Also, when Chewbacca is eating the porks later on, it made me think, oh man, I want puffins. The original Jedi text. Oh, hey, Bogan. We were corrected on our last commentary.
Yeah?
You were corrected because you made a mistake.
Oh my god.
You said that they had never been referred to as human beings, so they could be anything. You're wrong. Anakin Skywalker in The Phantom Menace said that, pod racing, I'm the only human who can do it.
Oh, fuck.
You fool. How does it feel? You ruined that entire commentary.
I'm pretty sure because that's what I always do, phrased it as a question, but so I wasn't really corrected. Someone just answered my question, but okay.
Yeah, I think I was corrected. I feel like I would have affirmed it. I hate her hair in this movie. It's so dumb. You just have a lot of buns in your hair?
Yeah, one wasn't enough.
Mark Hamill cleaned up for this role. Just a few years ago, he was like a bloated, fat guy with this disgusting skin. But he cleaned up.
Well, he was only getting voice work.
Yeah. It's pretty great, though, that he didn't become... It's kind of good that he didn't do a lot of live-action stuff, because I think that helps the illusion, you know? But it still feels like Luke Skywalker, because that's the only thing you associate that face with. That and, like, the Buster or whatever his name was in that dumb Jay and Silent Bob movie. Oh, there's Leia, she's sad. She's conflicted.
I actually like this idea that Luke is just failed at raising the next generation. Because I always contrast that with Jedi Outcast, where he already has an academy running with a bunch of students. And he's like maybe 10 years older than he was in episode 6.
Yeah. I think all the Luke Skywalker stuff I'm pretty much on board with in this movie. I like the Kylo Ren stuff. The Rey stuff I think is fine. I think the rest of the movie can fuck off. Poor John Boyega. He was so shafted by these movies. I said it earlier and I say it again. Like, he came into this franchise probably thinking that he was going to be, like, a really important character with a lot of depth. Hey, it's Admiral Akbar. Yeah, but then he's just like
dies this movie, doesn't he?
Yeah, he dies pretty soon.
Spoiler.
Yeah. Were you mad when he died?
No. I so couldn't give a shit.
Wait. I haven't had my coffee for this recording.
I feel like the sentence, they tracked us through light speed, that's impossible. You can probably watch any other Star Wars movie and find proof that is not true.
Yeah. I'll point you to Attack of the Clones, where Obi-Wan Kenobi put a tracking beacon on Jango Fett's ship and then tracked him
but
to
that's okay because it was
Geonosis.
with the tracking beacon, which they
Yeah,
suspect
but
they
these
have
guys-
here too.
These guys don't have a way to put a tracking beacon on it?
No, they do. They alluded to that earlier, that Finn is the tracking beacon.
Ah.
And that's why they were able to find them.
Maybe we should watch these. Maybe I should watch these movies before complaining.
It was actually subtle.
Oh.
Well, okay, it wasn't that subtle. They said it and then they immediately went to Finn the first time.
Huh. Hey, do you remember in Empire Strikes Back, I think it was, when... well, I think it was, I know it was, when Luke was talking to Darth Vader with his mind in the end?
Yes? No? I don't know.
Well, they were like having a telepathic communication after Luke was saved by Leia. And it's right before the Falcon jumps into light speed and escapes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that there's a nod to that scene coming up soon, where Kylo Ren, right before it cuts between Kylo Ren and Leia. It's when he hesitates to kill her. It's the same editing sequence.
Okay.
Isn't that incredible?
That is so incredible. I clapped when I saw it.
I think that's fine. It's coming up. Just you watch. You're gonna cry when you see it.
I'm kind of annoyed that we just went through a space fight. Why do we have another one just 10 minutes later?
Yeah, look, here it is. Like, look at how the scenes fade in and out. It's the same sequence. But then he doesn't do it. Because he's a coward. I wouldn't have hesitated. But yeah, his conflict, I think, is really
and
good in
then
these
someone
movies.
else shoots. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, now comes the best moment.
I don't mind this moment.
Well, how the fuck do you not mind this moment? It's so dumb.
I don't care. It's fine. You can use the Force to move yourself in 0G. I don't see why that's such a big problem.
No other Jedi has ever done that.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched the Clone Wars animated series? I think Plo Koon did it once.
Whatever.
No, but it's never been an issue for a Jedi to do it before either in these movies, right? I don't think so.
To fly through space?
She's not flying through space. She's just saving herself at the last minute. Like, this has never happened in these movies before, where a Jedi is, like, jettisoned into 0G, and they had the power to save themselves.
Yeah, she's in space.
Yeah, so? I don't mind this scene.
I'm not a scientist, and I don't know what space actually does to your body, but... this is...
Well, it's cold.
You should probably be dead.
No, not necessarily.
So I don't remember ever seeing a Jedi power where you can propel yourself forward.
Have you seen The Phantom Menace?
The Phantom? What do you mean?
The first one.
Yeah.
There was a sequence where, in the beginning, where Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon were running away from Droidicus,
Yeah.
and they zoomed forwards.
Well, yeah, you can run really fast. That's a Jedi power. You can
There's
jump
also in,
high. That's a Jedi power.
You
but
can
not-
levitate. You can levitate yourself. It's fine. You're nitpicking.
Is that a nitpick?
I think that's a
That is-
nitpick.
A moment where we are pretending Leia is about to die, and then she pulls the force power out of her ass, which no one was expecting in the dumbest moment possible.
I don't mind. Look at that. Look at how delicious that looks.
You can just not have her ship blow up. You don't need that
No, but-
scene.
You need to have the scene where Kylo Ren thinks his mom is dead. They didn't have it in the movie, but
I was just about to say.
No, I think it's
you
fine.
need the scene where Ren does not shoot Leia.
Yeah, and I think it's fine. I think you're nitpicking, which is all we do when we watch these movies.
That's not true. I think that's a valid complaint that affects a lot of them. Like, having your main character die and then not die because of a dumb reason is a pretty big complaint.
Yeah.
Oh, all these blinking lights. It's like a Christmas tree decoration. The fuck is
I wonder
that?
if those dice play a role in the Han Solo movie.
What?
See, the dice he took, I wonder if they play a big role in the Han Solo movie.
What?
Anyway,
The Han Solo movie he's young there.
Yeah. I wonder if maybe those were Han Solo's lucky dice.
Oh. That's
There's
some dumb reference, I don't know.
The callback here where he plays the "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi" message, I think that's a really tasteful sort of throwback. Much more so than Finn just pulling up that ball from A New Hope. I think that's a really good one because it's sort of in character.
Doesn't he give the dice
Look at that.
to Leia at the end?
Yeah, no, he because he doesn't go there, he just projects himself. He
but
gives
I
her a
think
projection.
he leaves her something.
Yeah, he gives her a projection of the dice, which then she leaves on the floor, and when Kylo Ren picks them up, they disappear.
That's incredibly stupid.
No, I think that's pretty smart it's
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 a projection that has physical appearance and physics apply to it?
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Okay.
It's a dumb space movie. You can't apply reality to this.
People call this sci-fi.
It's the same.
You know?
It's the same with the scene in the cave in Empire Strikes Back. Like Darth Vader there had physical properties. Luke fought him with a lightsaber. It's fine. That's what a lot of this commentary is going to be.
It's not fine.
It's fine. Just leave it. Now that's... do you know who this is?
Her face looks very familiar.
That's Billie Lourd. That's Carrie Fisher's daughter.
What? She looks like she's 60.
Yeah, it's not her. It's some other woman.
Oh,
Billie
fuck
Lourd,
you.
I think she's in the background there. She's in one of these scenes. I think she has like micro versions. I think she's there. The girl with the ear buns. You see her? In the mid, to the right.
Yeah, whatever.
In the middle.
Let me listen to Laura Dern.
I hate this character so much.
She's really dumb.
I feel like, I don't know the politics behind how Star Wars movies get made. I know there's like a brain trust and shit. I feel like this character was Rian Johnson's way of sticking it to Kathleen Kennedy.
Because she always is like, oh, we need representation and female leadership, and then she's like the worst leader ever.
Yeah, I feel like, because like with Rose and Finn, I feel like that subplot, it makes a lot more sense if it used to be Poe and Finn. But she was like, oh, no, I want you to put in this here character because I want these movies to appeal to the Asian demographics who don't watch them.
Yeah.
These movies flop in Asia. And then that sort of meant that he needed something for Poe to do. And he essentially decided, okay, then I'm going to have Poe interact with Kathleen Kennedy. But the thing is, she's right. Like, why is he so unlikable? Why does he have to behave like this? Why can't he just be sensible?
Why doesn't she just tell him she has a plan?
Why does he have pink hair? Why does he have purple hair? That's also dumb.
Know. Laura Dern was exceptional in Marriage Story.
I haven't seen that movie.
It made me realize that she's actually a fucking great actor.
You didn't realize that when you watched Jurassic Park?
It's been 20 years.
I watch that movie every week, I tell you. I never got into Jurassic Park. People love dinosaurs. I think dinosaurs are fine. Just dumb lizards.
Lizards are pretty cool.
No.
What?
Did I ever tell you about... Hey, I was traumatized by a lizard, I'll have you know. I was in a civil war against a local turtle once.
Okay.
There was a turtle.
A turtle is not a lizard, is it?
What? No, it's a reptile. Anyway, it was in in an aquatic museum. They had a turtle, and I used to scratch its shell, and then it bit me that one time.
What the fuck are you doing scratching a turtle's shell?
I was 21. I didn't know better. No.
I was 21.
I think I was like 4 or 5. Look at him. Again, he's lying. Why do you pretend to be this massive hero to all the women, Finn? But you're a true hero. Just cut this out of the movie. You don't need this. Why does he have a taser? Why doesn't he have that laser beam Leia used in... No, the Stormtroopers used on Leia in A New Hope. You see, it's okay when I nitpick, Bogan. It's not okay when you do it.
Oh my god.
Get got, mate.
This is so pointless.
Yeah.
They could have just met under normal circumstances.
They could have also just not had this subplot in the movie.
Yes, but it is there, so...
My sister just died, protecting the fleet.
I'm going to hold this personal misery to you, who has nothing to do with me whatsoever.
See, I think that's totally reasonable.
There's a great Battlestar Galactica episode where they have to keep doing jumps because the enemy fleet is following them over and over. And the entire episode is about them having to stay awake for like 48 hours operating a ship. And then getting more and more aggressive and sleepless and desperate. This could be this movie. That is a fucking amazing episode.
Yeah. I think there's like a nugget of a good Star Wars movie here. Also, I will say, I think all the goodwill I have to these sequel movies comes from this movie. I don't know if I said that earlier. But like all the depth, what there is of it in this sequel trilogy, I think it's all from this movie.
Yeah, it comes all from this. And then they said, well, fuck that. We're not following up on any of what this movie set up. Ugh. Like as messy as it is, at least it has ideas. And I mean, you haven't seen episode 9, but they actively disagree with those ideas and they let you know.
Yeah, I know Rey's Palpatine's granddaughter. Because, you can't just come from nothing, right? Life is just about the ancestry you have. It doesn't, like, whatever.
We'll get to it. We will get to that scene. I have a lot to say about that scene in particular.
Yeah. I feel like especially like when you have stuff like KOTOR. The point of KOTOR was sort of that you can make anything of yourself and you can choose who you are. And then KOTOR 2 sort of had that idea battle with the idea of the Force having a determined role for you. And that's really interesting. But then these movies and these J.J. Abrams movies, it's just like they're so ancestry driven. I don't get it. What's wrong with Rey just being?
The moment these characters became too popular for their own good, they became extremely ancestry driven. I mean, the sequels set it up. These just they just keep going with that theme.
To be fair, George Lucas did it too, but
yeah, he did, because he made these pointless sequel movies showing how important the Skywalkers are to the universe, which they really aren't.
Yeah. Do you know, did I ask you about John Lucino's or James Lucino's Plagueis book last time around? I feel like we've talked about it.
Yeah, I think you told me about it, but...
Yeah, that's a really good book. I recommend that. It's not in canon, so you might like it. I know how much you like out-of-continuity stories. Why are they calling her? Like, why is Poe calling her? Why did Poe decide to call her?
Because he's taking initiative.
Yeah, but he doesn't know her. Finn met her. Poe didn't meet her.
That is actually true.
You know what? Maybe it was Finn who called. I just wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, Finn didn't say a fucking thing, and she didn't ask who he is, so...
There he is, the best character in this movie, besides the Bulldog First Order guy. Look at how sweaty he is. He looks like Severus Snape.
Oh, no, the old man pants are coming up, aren't they?
No, that's later. That's later on. See, that's why I like the dice disappearing in the end, because it's sort of the conclusion of his relationship with this side of his family, or this side of his life.
No, the conclusion, quote unquote, is in episode 9. Sorry to tell you.
Oh, yeah. She looks nothing like Ian McDiarmid. Just you. He's got really big lips, this guy. He looks like Harrison Ford's son, though, right? I feel like there is...
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, like he's got the... I don't know what it is. Maybe the nose or eyes or something. But I feel like if Harrison Ford's beautiful genetics and Carrie Fisher's goblin genetics got mixed together... Nah, Carrie Fisher's
What are
great.
These things? What is
They're
this?
the guardians. They're
yeah,
the guardians
I know,
of this place.
But why?
Because you need puppets.
Also, God, she just had a weird Force interaction with Kylo Ren, and she's there to learn about the Force from him. Why wouldn't you tell him?
Why wouldn't she tell him?
Why aren't you telling him what just happened?
Because she has the hots for Kylo Ren.
Ah.
That's actually something I like about this movie. The characters here are kind of horny. Back in the 70s, back in the 80s, movie characters were really horny all the time. And then that sort of disappeared, and this movie brought it back with a vengeance. Right?
Did they? Their relationship.
Yeah, you have Rose. You have Rose, who's really horny.
Guess. But she's so desperate, though.
And make things float.
Get schooled.
Yeah. Get told no to, you ass. I like this scene where he slaps her on the fingers. That's very Dagobah of him. Look at that dumb hair she has. She had a perfectly fine haircut in the last movie. Good God, I hope she didn't have the same haircut in the last movie. I'm gonna sound like such an idiot. Now she's breathing. He's so good.
Why did he decide to actually train her now? I feel like I missed that.
Yeah. Reach out with your feelings, you nerd. She kind of looks like my mom, Daisy Ridley.
Okay.
She kind of has that same huge cheekbones going on. It always annoys me when I look at her.
All right. Great. Nice stock footage there.
You think Rian Johnson is like an Ed Wood type? Where he's just putting together a movie from stock footage. Nobody knows the details. Movies are all about the big picture.
They actually had these weird visions in the Picard series in season 1, and then someone went on like whatever Shutterstock and found all the images that they edited together from that site.
Wow, that is so dumb. Look at that anus. Look at it. Look at it. Have you ever had seaweed?
I mean, yes, I had sushi.
No, I mean like... Oh, I guess that counts. Seaweed can be really good. Look at how oily she's become, because the water fell on her. No, the water washed away from her. Wait a minute. What's the continuity of this scene? The way they filmed the water falling on her, they just dumped water on her and then reversed it.
Yeah.
But the water was going away from her. Why is she wet now?
Well, it went through her? I don't know. Actually, man, imagine this whole idea with Luke being...
There she is. That's Billy Lord.
Huh.
I think. Anyway.
Imagine these ideas were actually like built up properly and fleshed out properly. That would be so interesting. Like
you mean like
him
KOTOR
becoming
2?
Panicked because he's so afraid that Rey is not capable of handling the dark side.
Yeah. Like I said, I think there's like a nugget of a great movie here.
Yeah, totally. That's why this is the best of the trilogy, of the new trilogy.
It's kind of infuriating that it's bogged down by so much nonsense. I think the next time they talk, he's shirtless. But see, here you see again where he reaches out to her. He'll be wet on his hands from the rain. I like that. Again, the dice disappear and he sort of loses his connection with that side of the Force or whatever. I think I'm reading too much into this movie.
Let's see, I don't remember every scene from this. Like, this is by far the most interesting stuff in the movie.
Yeah. And you know what the interesting thing is? I don't think he's ever on an actual set. I think every scene he's in, he's on a green screen. With the exception of Snoke's throne room. This is probably a green screen. When he's in the TIE
I don't
fighter,
think there's a giant spark factory with spaceships in the background.
Well, maybe. But he manages. He's the only one there who's always on green screen, and still he's so good in this.
Yeah.
Look at that.
You don't think they built they built ATSTs to have running around in the background so they can film this properly?
Well, you don't know. Why would you bring her along?
Because she was around.
Oh. Oh, the best planet in the galaxy.
Fuck.
People hate this planet. I hate it in the context of this movie, but I think this is a wonderful idea.
This would make a good
This would
planet
be good in
in
The
KOTOR.
Mandalorian. Yeah, or KOTOR.
This is also like they're just because they can't park properly. This is why they get caught. Fucking hell. You had
That's true.
one fucking job.
Look at how Flash Gordon-y this whole thing is. It's so dumb. I love it.
But, you know, I just want to go back to Kylo Ren. The idea that he's so desperate and confused that he just reaches out to Rey, you know, and tries to just find anyone to talk to. That is, I want to see that.
Yeah.
I don't want to see this.
He just killed his father, and it wasn't enough. He didn't feel anything. It didn't change him, and now he's super conflicted. Imagine if that's what this movie was about. Hey, this guy, voiced by Mark Hamill, wouldn't you know?
What guy? This little kobold here. Okay.
And also, when BB-8 shoots the coins from him, that's an actual Rick. That's a practical effect.
How do you know that he was voiced by Mark Hamill?
Yeah, the IMDb trivia said so. And I find that
Why
you can't.
did they do this? They
Mark
have to
Hamill
cut
asked.
cost?
No, Mark Hamill. He wanted to voice on another character too.
So he
Ryan
voiced.
Johnson.
Does he actually have a voice? Like, does he?
I
Actually
think it's
have
just
lines,
like blah
or-
blah 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 blah. I think it's like the Tasmanian Devil.
The fuck? So
He wanted to
random.
do it. What can I say?
The hell, Mark?
What can I say?
What are you doing?
Those animals probably don't have a soul. It's okay.
Is that what you tell yourself every night?
Yes.
You eat your puffins.
I don't eat puffins often. It's been a few years since I had puffins.
Fucking substitute puffin for every other animal. You monster.
Well, chickens are more like vegetables than than a living creature.
This is so forced and sloppy.
Yeah.
She's been there all but 2 minutes.
Hey, can you hear sirens in the background?
No?
I can hear sirens. Some
Is
crazy
the
guy.
police
probably-
coming for you?
Yes. We've got to finish this movie quickly.
Oh, fuck.
There's been a slate of murders in Iceland since the coronavirus quarantine started. Social distancing. People are just getting cabin fever. Look at her crazy hair. She looks like a Tim Burton character. But that's a dumb scene. He just threw him down the stairs. In the last movie, BB-8 fell on Finn and it was like really painful. Do you remember?
I'm confused. Hold on. She just hit the stone and then she was really far away in the next cut.
No.
That really happened. She was super
Maybe.
far away.
They needed a better script doctor. Who's the guy who oversees the continuity between shots?
An editor? Like, look how far she's away.
Yeah.
And then look, she will almost hit the stone with a lightsaber. There.
Well, but she lunged a bit forward.
No.
Yeah, she's pushing back.
No. She's just standing there.
See, now
look how
she's
far.
pushed back.
What?
No, she's bending the lightsaber.
She's,
it's fine.
What the
Stop.
fuck? They literally just showed her hitting the air in front of the stone because there's that much space.
No, she's bending the lightsaber. See, she's running around on the stone. See how much she backed away?
Look, that is such bullshit. Oh my god. None of this makes any sense whatsoever.
I like this. This is so Muppets. He like looking up with his mouth open. Those lightsaber swings she did, those are the same swings we see Kylo Ren do in the end of the movie. When he fights Luke. I saw that on Reddit, and it had like 100,000 upvotes, so everybody knew about that.
They have the same choreography, or?
Yeah. Like
why?
And because
poetry?
It all rhymes. Look at how much of a fangirl she is. What a nerd. Alright, so my computer just crashed, throwing this whole operation into whack. If everybody could just go back to the exact 60-minute mark, that should be fine. I'm sorry,
yeah.
Bogan.
It's fine. We're just going to sync up at exactly 1 hour.
I didn't plan for this, Bogan. You must forgive
me neither. But it's the cards we've been dealt.
Right, so I hope everybody's at exactly 60 seconds. When I say play,
60 minutes.
60 minutes. When I say play, I think we lose like a minute there or something. I don't know how far back we have to go. Like
Also,
10 seconds or whatever.
Weird way to phrase it. Exactly 1 hour.
Yes, exactly 1 hour. All right, so it starts with Luke Skywalker talking about my nephew with that mighty Skywalker blood. When I say play, press play, and we'll resync again. 3, 2, 1, and play. I imagine if it crashes again.
That would be just terrible.
You know, that line there, Han was Han about it. Your countryman, Boken, changed that line in the dub. When you guys dubbed it. You guys dubbed it to Han had a bad feeling about it. Because this is apparently the only Star Wars movie which doesn't have the line, I have a bad feeling about this. So your country put it back in. You must be very proud of your...
That is not what that line meant in the original, though.
No.
That is terrible. Also, can you, hit pause and play again for just one moment? Because I didn't...
I am a bit ahead of you.
Yeah, just a smidgen.
Okay, I've done it.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Luke has his hands on
I wanted to hit the play button, and I didn't hit it.
It was me! Good God, I hope this doesn't... Let's not preempt the video with a message warning people that this happens, because then people will stop watching. Anyway, we were talking about how...
Implying
this movie...
that anyone watches these anyway.
Well, some people
Although,
will.
I had some people talk to me about it, actually. It's funny.
I think that, over a course of a few years, people will come to it. Maybe we'll have 1,000 views in, 2 or 3 years or whatever. But, and that's fine. Videos are made to be This stuff is made to be come back to, I believe. Which is why we haven't dated it with any mentions of the coronavirus or anything. Well, you haven't dated it.
I'm just having fun watching movies with you.
Aw. Have you been drinking yet?
Yeah.
Gone into...
I'm really feeling the wine kicking in, dude.
Oh, God damn it. I missed an opportunity to get a cup of coffee. God damn it. Anyway, before we crashed, I was talking about how what I really like about this movie is that Rian Johnson doesn't give two shits about ancestry. He has Luke Skywalker talking about how it doesn't like our great Skywalker blood, but it doesn't matter because we're all crap. Godspeed, rebels. Is God in this universe? Well, I suppose it's our universe just a long time ago, so God would be there.
No, it's a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, but it's the same universe.
Uh,
The Bible starts with God creating
I
all the
don't
galaxies
know.
far, far away, and then he created our
it's
galaxy,
a
right?
long time ago, the Christian God didn't exist.
Well, wait a minute, you don't believe in God?
Oh no. Just outed myself.
I hope you're ready to be cancelled, Spoken. I'll have you know that the religious community has a lot of sway over YouTube. Apparently, the social distancing. There's been a slate of murders in the Mormon community. Benicio del Toro.
The most pointless character in all of
Yeah.
Star Wars.
I would like for this character to show up again in like The Mandalorian or something, but the timeline wouldn't add up.
You know what's weird? The light is coming from the bunk bed. Why would they design the room that way?
Yeah. Did you know they originally offered this role to Joaquin Phoenix? By the way, I didn't save my notes for this movie, so now I don't have any trivia left.
Did you actually write down trivia?
I wrote down trivia. I'm a
Okay.
professional.
That's that's better than what I did, which is nothing.
Well, you bought wine.
I actually
You brought wine and cultured.
I didn't talk about this in our episode 7 commentary track, but I watched a bunch of press interviews for episode 7 because I wanted to be a professional too and you know, be
Oh,
prepared.
but you didn't do anything with that.
Yeah, because they say nothing. I
Yeah.
watched so many interviews and they say nothing, and then I realized why I don't watch press interviews.
Like that. That's an actual Rick.
Oh my god.
that's the last bit of
that's
trivia I
an attack
have.
from Hunter x Hunter.
From what? What is that?
Hunter x Hunter? I don't know. That's an
I don't
anime.
know
It's
that.
like really good anime.
An anime.
There's one character who shoots
Oh, you mean like one of
coins.
those? You mean like one of those Chinese cartoons?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've heard of those.
I'm sure you've seen from Hunter x Hunter before.
I know what
Stuff
Hunter
from
Hunter
Hunter
is.
x Hunter.
I was being funny.
Oh, okay.
Couldn't you
Haha.
tell?
No.
Look at those kids.
Why are the kids? Whatever.
What do you have against children, Bogan?
I hate them. They're
Wow.
annoying.
Not all of them.
Whenever I see like a parent with a screaming kid in the supermarket, I wish I could be that parent and kill myself.
You know, I was a wonderful child. There was this one time, this is gonna reveal something about myself, which I thought would forever be hidden, even though I think I've told this story before. This one time, I was mad at my teacher in class. That's very Flash Gordon that she has that ring. I was mad at my teacher in class, and I had a beef with her, so to speak. And I got permission to go to the toilet. And in my rage, I decided I would show her a lesson, and I pissed all over the toilet, all over the bathroom, all over the sink, all over the place.
The fuck is wrong with you?
I was like 9. I then went back to my chair and I was really smug about myself. Like, yeah, that's gonna show her. And then I realized, oh no, shit, she knows I did it. She's gonna make me.
She's not gonna clean the toilet, I guess.
Yeah, she's not gonna clean it up. The janitor isn't gonna do it. They're gonna make me do it, and that's gonna be humiliating. So what I did was I raised my hand and I said that when I went to the toilet, it was disgusting. Somebody pissed all over the place.
I
And
just
the
needed
boy,
to let you know that this has
Yeah?
no connection to me whatsoever.
and the boy that went to the toilet before me got the blame, and he
Oh,
was sent in to clean
You
the
are
toilet.
horrible. You're a fucking snake. You fucking narc. What the hell? It's awful. Jesus. How are these animals strong enough to run through concrete? Can you tell me that?
They're like kangaroos. They're just pure muscle.
They're running head first into stones.
Yeah. He wasn't happy about having to clean it up, but he just had to suck it up. He should have played his cards better. You know what? He probably didn't deserve that, but there we go. They blew up their spaceship.
It's nice of them to not show how these animals could possibly get up that cliff.
Why aren't they shooting? How did you lose them? Why does this always happen in these movies? Whoa. It's very lucky that they didn't fall off.
Yeah.
That would have ended their subplot pretty quickly. Not quickly enough for my tastes, though.
Yeah, you accomplished a lot. You destroyed one casino. Like a quarter of one casino, basically. Nice job.
Do you think Chinese racism ruined these movies for John Boyega?
Why?
The Chinese are really racist, and I feel like Disney brain trust. They thought, well, you know, we can't make money if China if
Probably
we have.
not.
You don't think so?
No.
Do you think maybe
I feel like a lot
how
of-
about the perception though?
Nah. A lot of oh, Jesus Christ, this character. A lot of like big budget movies have these Chinese characters that are clearly only there to appeal to the Chinese market, but they still have black characters in them.
I suppose. See, Rose isn't Chinese though. I think the actress is from South Korea, or like ancestry from South Korea. So that's very insensitive on your behalf.
You started with that.
This one time when I was buying Legos, this was a few years ago when I had like a few months there, I had like a little Lego phase, and I was just collecting Legos again for some reason. I bought Justice League Legos of all the characters, and it was from China. It was some knockoff version of Legos, and Cyborg was white in the Legos.
Okay. So he was yellow?
No, he was white, Caucasian.
Oh.
They were all Caucasian. Cyborg is
Okay.
black.
That is
But the
weird.
Chinese changed it.
That is, uh-huh.
Somebody consciously went through the effort
Oh,
to
there they
change the printing. There it is. Look at his weird body. Look at it. Why did he kill him? I feel like you always retreat when I bring up the topic of racism in these commentaries. That's probably for the better. Look at him.
I'm actually trying to understand this scene.
Oh. Well, she's mad. And he's naked. Now, Al, he's got pants on. This is
It's
like
kind of weird that he knows that Luke lied about it. Oh, Jesus,
yeah.
why does he look like a zombie?
Oscar Isaacs or Mark Hamill?
Oscar Isaacs is not in the
No,
scene.
Adam Driver or Mark Hamill, did you mean? Which
Hamill.
one of them looked like a zombie? Oh.
Mark Hamill looked like a zombie.
Yeah.
Did you not see him?
That was just because of the lighting. His lightsaber lit up his eyes. I thought you were making fun of Adam Driver's his physique. Again.
I would never make fun of a zombie's physique.
Ah, that's clever.
What did he say?
That's clever, is what I said.
Oh, to my joke.
Whatever. I don't want to talk about zombies with you. Look, there she is.
What the fuck is this hole?
It's the dark side.
Does every remote planet where a Jedi Master is settling down have some kind of manifestation of the dark side?
I don't know. I feel like the implication is that wherever you go, you can find the dark side if you look for it.
I guess.
Like the cave on Dagobah, it's sort of dumb. Like in the Timothy Zahn sequels, Luke returns to that cave, and it's like a cave of dark side energy. I think that's stupid. I think it should just be that it could that's just a cave. Luke could just as well have fought Darth Vader on like a tree or something. It just happens to be that he went to a cave.
Doesn't he go into some kind of a tree? Like in episode 5? Yeah, in 5.
Well, he's like doing flips and Tarzan swinging, cross trees.
No, I mean, he goes into some kind of tree stump. Right?
No, that's Yoda's house.
Really?
What do you mean? He doesn't
when,
go to
when he chops off Vader's head and then it's his face in there.
Yeah.
Isn't that some kind of weird tree?
No, that's a
Is
cave.
That a cave? Are you
That's
sure?
a cave. Yeah, it's a cave.
Huh.
Luke, remember Yoda goes, go to the cave, and Luke's like, what's in there? And Yoda says, only what you take with you. And Luke didn't understand what Yoda meant. But I, as a guy who's watched that movie with commentary, know exactly what Yoda meant. I, who have watched many video essays on that movie, understood what he meant. This is a weird sequence. Weird effect. I used to have some trivia for this scene, Bogan, but sadly.
You're going to tell me who the actor is who's behind that glass?
It's Daisy Ridley. Haven't you seen this movie?
I don't remember that shit. But you could have probably told me who the shadow was.
Well, that's the point of this movie. You're not special, Ray. You don't have any special parents.
Yes, I know.
Look at her. She's still not wearing a bra. I mentioned this in the last video. Last commentary. I wonder if she would have preferred to wear a bra. Get better support. But I don't know. I just don't know. The reason we're not talking is because this is a good scene.
Yeah.
A rare thing in this movie.
I'm imagining what this movie could have been. Because this is actually good.
It could have been KOTOR 2. A game you refuse to play for some reason. Just because it's like 50 hours long.
I think that's a good reason, but okay.
Look at this. Ugh. That's a practical effect.
Okay. I feel like... Are you sure about that?
It's
that,
like...
that looks pretty dangerous, I'm gonna say.
It's a... no, those are plastic... very lightweight plastic bricks, and they just pull them with like fishing lines or something.
Huh. I guess I should have guessed that. I was fooled by the sound design.
Look at this action scene. Like they film it like it's this impressive thing. There's like a shot from the far distance and...
Yeah.
That's it. I'm gonna go get coffee. You entertain the people for a minute.
For fuck's sake. Yeah, I don't know. People say that Luke isn't properly developed in this, and that Luke would never attack a student, but he doesn't attack anyone. I think this is fine. This is really a good direction to take Luke in. Like, I was kind of conflicted on this, remembering it from the first viewing, but now that I see it again.
Hey!
Are you back?
Momentarily.
Oh,
My
great.
coffee is pouring.
I was just... You missed the scene, but...
What scene?
People complain about Luke being not Luke in this movie, and that he would never attack Ben and all that, but...
I think that's nonsense.
He didn't even attack Ben.
No, I think, like, this is a guy who's been on the verge of making bad decisions before.
Yeah.
It's not off character.
He just
for
took
him
out
to
his
be
lightsaber.
conflicted.
If this is the true story that he actually told, he just pulled out a lightsaber for a second, and Ben saw it, and he was ashamed of himself, and, you know, he didn't do fucking shit. And he feels guilty about it enough that he is exiling himself from the entire idea of being a Jedi.
Because he realized that his adherence to the philosophy is making him into something he doesn't believe in. And that's so in keeping with his character, where he believes that the Jedi and Sith are just sort of perpetuating this cycle of despair, where they've sort of co-opted this natural power of the world, and they're stealing children from people to indoctrinate them into this monkhood. And I think that's so great with this.
Is this... That's not something Luke ever brought up, is it?
No, Ryan Johnson brought it up in some interview, I think.
Ah, I see.
That's why he exiled himself. He doesn't believe in this stuff anymore.
Yeah.
1 second. I'm gonna pour my coffee now. Professionalism. Thy name is Aesir Aesthetics.
Essays and Espresso.
What do you think of Yoda in this one? He looks weird.
He looks very weird.
Apparently
He's a puppet,
they
isn't
used...
he?
Yeah, it's a puppet, and apparently they used the exact same molds to create that puppet. I don't buy that.
He doesn't talk like Yoda. I just realized.
Yeah, he's a bit too high-pitched or something.
No, I mean his sentence structure.
Oh, yeah, that too.
He completely lost that.
Yeah, he
What
dropped
is
it.
that
He was
about?
he was pretending to be this crazy hermit, remember?
No, he talks like that in episode 1 and 2 and 3.
Oh, yeah.
That's just the way he talks.
He ate my words, did
That
you?
is now in keeping with what he actually sounded like.
Yeah, well.
It's like the script editor just forgot for a few sentences.
Yeah. You know what? I will say, I really like that this is Yoda and not Obi-Wan. I really like that they rejected the temptation to have, like, Ewan McGregor there. I like Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan. I'm really excited for what they do with that character. But it makes so much more sense for this to be Yoda. And it shows a lot of restraint on their behalf. Because I think it would have gone down a lot easier with the sort of mouth-breathing masses. The mouth-breather Star Wars fan who just likes big explosions and stuff. That, oh my god, they brought Obi-Wan back. But it's so much better that it's Yoda.
Imagine Ewan McGregor with like a old man beard and white hair.
No, they could have just had, oh, I'm a ghost now, so I made myself look younger, like Hayden Christensen at the end of Return of... Well, Hayden Christensen, Anakin did it.
Yeah,
in the special
that was
edition.
A dumb decision by George Lucas.
It's canon!
Also, it's kind of interesting that Yoda just said failure is the best teacher of them all. And this entire movie is people failing over and over.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a theme.
Yeah, it's like there's a theme to this movie.
It's just too bad that the idea of them doing shit and then failing leads to a movie where nothing happens whatsoever.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah, and then this character, DJ, he also brings up that idea of like the Sith and Jedi and this perpetual war with the military-industrial complex that exists in this universe, which manufactures starships for both sides, for the Rebellion and the First Order. Like that's sort of the point, that this universe is super stagnant because people are adhering to these old institutions and they can't let it go. And Kylo Ren wants to let it go, but he wants to let it go in the wrong way.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that scene.
Yeah.
When that movie falls apart. I mean, not that it's been on very... it's been very wonky already, but that is when it completely falls apart.
I wonder... See, the reason I think it might have been better if Rian Johnson had made Episode 7 is because I think a lot of the problems with this movie are that he has to sort of build on the foundation of Episode 7. Like, that he has to have Finn and Poe doing stuff. Whereas, if it had been an original movie, he wouldn't have needed to do something with these characters. Right?
They could have set it up in episode 7 where people are really tired of the conflict already.
Yeah.
But that was not really a thing.
Yeah, I just meant more that he wouldn't have created... Like, if this had been the first of the trilogy, this subplot would not have been in there. The Finn and Rose subplot probably wouldn't have been in there, right?
Yeah.
That's just because he has to do something with these characters.
But also, you can't just have a movie on the island where Luke is.
Yeah,
you can't just have a movie in this one ship. That's not going to go down with most of the audience.
Imagine if they did, though. Imagine if it had just been on the island. I would have liked it a hell of a lot more.
Imagine if this was like the Hateful Eight, but on a Star Wars ship.
Imagine if Kurt Russell came into this franchise.
Oh,
I think I said once on the podcast that I'd like him to play Dash Rendar. If they ever make him canon.
I actually watched The Thing a few days ago.
Yeah?
He's so good.
He's so good. He's like sneakily the greatest actor of all time.
No shit.
There's Chewbacca.
Oh, Chewie's in this movie. He has been on the island the entire time.
Yeah.
Chewie's such a sideline character. Yeah. He's just there when people want him to be, and then he has no arcs, nothing to do.
I get that he has to be there because you have the Falcon. Like, they're not going to give Rey the Falcon, but why the hell is she on the fucking Falcon when she goes to that island? Because then you need to find something for Chewbacca to do.
Yeah.
Why doesn't she just go on, like, a new ship? And Chewbacca can just fuck off.
Yeah, she really didn't need Chewbacca to drop her off there.
No. Also, how long has Han Solo had that escape pod? I feel like that would have come in real handy many times. There he is. Do you think his hair is better in this movie than the last one? I think it is.
Oh shit. It's Sea Stone. That's a One Piece reference.
I believe you'll find that it's actually Sea Prism Stone.
You fucking nerd.
I just watched the One Piece movie with the giant boat guy a few days ago.
Giant boat guy?
Yeah, it's the one where something Bullet, his name is. There's like a pirate tournament to find the...
I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh. It is a fucking mess.
Yeah, because it's. I assume it's gonna be references the movie, because it's just bringing all these characters in from everywhere that you've seen throughout the years.
Yeah, but that's not what makes it a mess. What makes it a mess is that you know how movies have like third acts which are CGI nightmares.
Yeah,
that's like that movie's second and third act.
Oh god,
the first 30 minutes of that movie I really liked.
Why the fuck are you watching One Piece movies?
I watch it with my uncle when he comes to town. We watch.
Are you actually a One Piece fan? You never told me.
I'm not like a fan, but I've seen most of it. I'm like a.
You have?
Like a.
Why the fuck have we never talked about One Piece?
With the dub, I've seen most of the dub. I've yet to watch the Fishman Island arc.
Wait, you've only seen the Fishman Island arc?
No, I've yet to see that. I've yet to finish it.
The first or the second one?
The one where they go underwater.
Oh, okay. So you have seen nothing since the time skip?
No. I've seen... They've all reunited after the time skip. And Luffy, he's like... He met the princess, who's like this giant crybaby.
Yeah, you have a lot of shit to go through.
Oh, yeah.
But
yes.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
I only watch the dub. It's so much better.
I bet.
Get wrecked, mate. Look at these two have really good chemistry, I feel.
Yeah.
Compare these two in a scene together to when John Boyega and her were in the Falcon in the last movie, and John Boyega was like touching her face the whole time.
Or John Boyega and Marie Rose. What is her name?
Daisy
wait,
Ridley.
No, I mean the Asian girl.
Oh, that's Rose.
Marie Rose
Mary
Tran?
Ann-
Mary
yeah.
Ann Tran? Whatever.
Yeah.
Marie Rose is a Dead or Alive character.
I haven't played those games.
You
I
shouldn't.
hate anime. My faith in you is restored. See, this is a much better haircut she has. I like that she changed her haircut when she was going to meet him. She has such a crush on him. Alright, I'm going to confront Snoke, but Kylo Ren might be there, so I'm going to fix myself up a bit. And that's not sexist of me to say, that's what she did. Like I said, I like Rey. I said that in the last commentary. I think there is. You don't like her.
I like Daisy.
Why not?
Daisy Ridley is a good actress, but the characters.
I feel like, yeah,
she's better in this movie, but in the last movie she just didn't earn anything.
I liked earlier when she was like feeling out for the Force, and she like ow because he slapped her on the fingers. I like all of that stuff. I think she, you know what? I agree with you. I don't know if I like the character. I like that. I think there is something that could be done with that character. I think that the problems with that character are sort of the stuff that happens around her.
No, we're getting to it. We're getting to the point where she learns about her parents.
Billy Lord over there. What a funny joke. There she is. Ah, 3PO, you coward. Why do they hang out with 3PO? Why didn't they just throw him in the trash after Return of the Jedi? What purpose does he serve? Also, he's wearing the hat backwards. You think they'd say something? Like, hey, that's really suspicious.
Because I know that he's gonna betray them, I just don't care what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
I know.
Also, why is there such a huge chasm in the middle of the ship? Why did they allow them to go that far into the ship, I wonder?
Yeah, like he could have done this at any point, I feel like.
There's the evil BB-8.
Oh,
he must have sold so many toys. Hey, look, it's your favorite character. Womp womp. Look, it's Leia. Spoilers. And look, she's wearing white, like in the old Star Wars movie. And then she stuns him, because she was stunned in the last...
I thought you were going to say like Gandalf.
On the 5th day, look to the east. Or whatever he said. She's very compassionate to him, considering that he just pulled a mutiny.
Yeah.
You'd think she'd be like, oh hey, I want this guy to be jettisoned into space. Don't be mutinying me. This is a rare scene in a big budget movie. Just two women having a conversation.
I was just gonna say, this is passing the Bechdel test.
Yeah.
This comes so out of nowhere and it's so dumb.
Yeah. It kind of redeems her, though, Holdo. Like a bit in my eyes. That she's like, oh, she's a character who can have relationships with people. She's not just a cruel bitch. It would have been nice if she had not been a cruel bitch for more of the movie, but
She could have just told him that
would have been so
they had a
easy.
plan.
Hey! I heard that. How unprofessional of you not to put your phone on silent.
I actually did put my phone on silence. I don't know why it isn't.
I'm hastily doing it now myself. That's a practical set, real set.
Yeah, I believe it. They just built a red wall.
Yeah, it probably wasn't that hard to build. I like how he's like just talking nonsense. He's like,
he's totally improvising.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, blibbity blubbity blubbity. There's a good and there's a bad, and light and darkness, blah blah blah. And then it's just like, nah, shut up, cut you in half.
She changed clothes too.
Yeah. Dark colors make you look thinner. That's look at him. Why isn't this just a guy? Why isn't it just Andy Serkis?
Yeah, I don't know.
I saw a funny theory. Who is Snoke? What's Snoke's real identity? Do you remember in A New Hope when that stormtrooper banged his head on the door?
No.
There's a scene where and the actor playing a stormtrooper, they were like running under a door that was closing, and he like bangs his head on the door and then keeps moving. And in the special edition, George Lucas added like a dong sound to that.
Okay.
Because this guy Snoke has an injury on his head. He's supposed to be that guy. I'll say it. That's canon. I think I'll just make that call collectively for everyone.
No, the call was made in Episode 9.
He's like a dumb clone or something, right?
He was made by Palpatine.
Ugh.
Palpatine has like tubes full of snow clones.
Ugh. Ridiculous. Yep. I'm wondering if I should get myself more coffee, but I feel like I've sort of overrun the credit card of goodwill people have towards my nonsense in this recording. They're not monitoring for little transports.
Oh, what the fuck kind of radar system is that?
Do you notice every word she says, she sounds like a little Nicky. The way she pronounces words, right?
Little Nicky?
Didn't you watch Little Nicky with Adam Sandler?
No.
What? Well.
The fuck is little... No, whatever.
He's like Satan's son. And his mom is Reese Witherspoon, who's an angel. Oh, maybe it wasn't Reese Witherspoon. It was some angel girl. And I think he's...
Can we just talk about how these little ships are just flying away?
No,
and they're not doing anything about
Nicky.
this. They're not monitoring for little transport ships. Like they can't see them. Like this is so dumb.
See, they have necks there, the stormtroopers. You notice that? They're not as turtley. I like these designs a bit better.
I didn't see.
Notice.
Yeah, I see. Okay.
I think it's a bit better.
It seems to depend on the person wearing the outfit.
Yeah. Did you know there was a cut scene where Tom Hardy was playing a stormtrooper? He was like spanking, I think he was spanking Finn's ass or something in an elevator or something. I don't remember. It was a really weird scene. I'm happy they cut it. Fire at will. Why are they... well, I guess they're letting them live to see this.
Oh, no, they're shooting at them. Fantastic.
You know what would have been a smart strategy? Go on lightspeed, and then stop lightspeed every now and then, let a few ships off, and then keep going lightspeed, and just... Well, maybe that's not so smart. What am I saying? I'm dumb. Maybe split up your forces or something?
You're the Star Wars Admiral?
No. I have too much common sense. And too little regard for destiny. That's cool. Spunk, yes. That's a Yu-Gi-Oh reference. Oh, do you know what this is? I think this is a Super 8 camera.
Okay.
No, it's not. I think that's what Poe was looking at. But I don't remember. Why do they have those dumb swords? Why don't they just have lightsabers?
Because they're not Jedi? I don't know.
I don't care.
I don't know how these weapons are any worse than lightsabers.
And kill your true enemy! It's so dumb. But see, I think this Snoke is much better than... I said in the last one it should have been Plagueis. I changed my mind. I like this Snoke. He's such a foppish, crazy Ming the Merciless type, wearing these flamboyant golden robes. It should have been just a guy. It should have just been Andy Serkis. But, yeah. Look at how unkempt her hair is compared to his. Look at it.
He really doesn't see this betrayal coming.
No. They also did it in The Mandalorian when they took the Mandalorian's helmet off. His hair was just smudged all over his face. What do you think Andy Serkis felt when he was reading this line?
Just another death. I feel like Andy Serkis characters die in most movies.
Do they? He didn't die in Lord of the Rings.
What?
Nah, he did. He didn't die... Oh, he did die in King Kong, actually.
He did. He died in... with this ape character.
Oh yeah, Caesar.
I
he
think
also died as Claw.
His character in Black Panther died?
Yeah, that's Claw. He died.
Yeah.
Ulysses Claw. Okay, so maybe he dies a few times. Well, you know. He didn't die in Tintin. Look, he doesn't care. He doesn't care, Finn. Get lost with your ideals. Look at how dumb this battle scene is. There's this guy just swinging a whip around at nothing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that in this scene. Just people...
Yeah. If you were to slow this down, this would make no sense whatsoever.
Like, why does one guy get a fucking whip and this guy get these dumb daggers? Why don't they all have the same weapon? A lightsaber. Seems like it'd be much better. Like, look at this. This guy's just spinning around in circles doing nothing. This is so...
Waiting for the other guy to die. Oh, he scratched me.
Oh, wait, maybe they all do have
Why
the
is
same
he
weapon.
fucking showing off instead of attacking?
Did you like how he swung his whip way over Adam Driver's head?
Yeah.
Why does he kick? Why didn't you stab her, you idiot?
You have a second thought.
Look at this guy doing these weird spins.
Yeah.
These are like prequel, they learned from the prequel movies. Adam Driver and Daisy Ridley, they learned from watching the original movies, where they're just swinging like wild men at everything. The superior sword art, I will say. Yeah, this has been pointed out a million times. Lightsaber fighting would be a lot less fun to watch if everybody did the sensible thing and flipped their lightsabers off and then flipped them back on to break people's guards.
That's a meta game.
But here's the thing. That is actually in canon a sword art style.
Hold on, this is the important scene.
Oh. Oh yeah, I think that a better way to end this movie is she goes with them and then the movie just ends. Because we're already like almost 2 hours in. Wouldn't that make for a much better ending?
Yeah, they said that in the Red Letter Media review.
Oh.
Like him holding out the hand and go, "Will you join me?" And then the movie ends.
Then those guys are right, because they have the same opinion as me. Ah! Sorry about the squeaks, my chair is...
Yeah. Yeah.
How interesting. How interesting that she became who she is because she chose to make something of herself. Nah, she's just
No.
She's just Palpatine's granddaughter. Who cares?
The quote in the next movie is going to be, "They actually loved you very much, and that's why they gave you away
Fuck off.
to protect you from Palpatine."
It's the same shit. It's always this shit with these movies. Remember before Episode VII came out, they were like theories. Who are these new characters? Is Finn Mace Windu's grandson? Is he Lando's son? How about this, guys? He's just his own character.
People.
Like, what? Just because... I don't know. Anyway, like I was saying, it's canon in Star Wars that the reason people don't just flip their lightsabers off and on again in lightsaber combat is because the people are using the Force to stop them from doing that or something like that. You know what they should have made canon instead? Is that stop overthinking this, you nerd. Look at his greasy hair.
Oh, the movie is about to fall apart. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here it comes.
Ugh. Why doesn't she ignite the lightsaber? Right there!
Yeah.
End the movie! Just kill them already.
Oh,
Nobody likes these
God,
characters.
Fuck off. No, I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually surprised that I was like, Rey is taking his hand. Doesn't that happen?
What? No? What? Kylo Ren's hand?
Yeah.
No? She doesn't do that.
I totally thought she was.
Oh.
That, like, I don't... Huh.
People have mixed opinions about her using lightspeed to break the ship. What do you think?
It's a It's a move they should have probably used before.
Yeah. But much like lightsaber igniting and all that stuff, it's a movie. It can just happen, and stop overthinking it. I say, after having nitpicked every single component of this movie. Why are they so sad? She was going to sacrifice herself anyway. There's a lot of this imagery in this movie.
Oh, you know what it is? I think I missed the scene I was actually meaning to talk about, which is when he says, let's just rule the galaxy together or something.
Oh, yeah.
I thought...
Oh, you're still holding on.
In my mind, she was taking his hand, and then he says that. But they didn't even connect.
Oh, I thought you meant...
He just out of the blue goes, no, let's end the Jedi and the Sith, and let's rule over the galaxy together.
Yeah. I thought you meant, did she cut off his hand?
No.
By take his hand.
But it's that scene where I think, like, what prompts him to say that? It is that scene where they go, we actually achieved something. Kylo Ren had an arc, and now we're going to destroy it.
Yeah.
And that is where I think this movie just falls apart. And I don't understand why they decided to do this.
Okay, here's a scene. Here's something that doesn't make sense. She shot her. It ricocheted off the armor. I think she has... Is it Beskar?
Oh, you mean that weird steel that the Mandalorians use?
Yeah, it used to be Mandalorian iron. But now I think it's called Beskar. Why is it that he's able to cut her helmet in half? He's able to break her helmet with this.
This doesn't look like a cutting weapon.
No. Also, you have a bulletproof suit. Why are you shooting her? Just tank it.
Well, he didn't... Oh, well.
Apparently this was Daisy Ridley's idea.
Nice job.
That you only see her eye. Why is Daisy Ridley giving them story ideas? Oh, she's dead. See, Bogan? You talked about this last time. See, it's just an open force field, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why doesn't everything fly out? Because there's a laser there that keeps it closed.
Yeah, the ships just fly through.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's fine.
That is fine. It can totally decide what things to let through and which not.
I mean, I think everything can go through it, just not oxygen. I just think it stops the vacuum of space. Was he pretending to be asleep?
Please don't talk to me. Please don't talk to me.
No, I meant more like, oh, she did it. Because it seems
I like my idea more. If I just lie down and don't say anything, he's going to go away. Can you explain to me why the fuck Kylo Ren decides to become the new First Order leader? And why he said, let's rule over the galaxy together. How is that in any way fitting into his scheme of letting old things die?
See, the thing is, Bogan, I can't explain that to you.
I need to understand. Like,
there is nothing...
I want to give this movie credit because it actually has themes and ideas, but that is where it just doesn't make any sense.
See, it doesn't make any sense because that's not what his character was about throughout the entire movie. And then he just... I don't know. Do you think this was a shot at fans that the ground is made of salt?
Yes. But that's
It's
coming
salt.
up. They didn't say that yet.
No, they say it when they're in the trench. I feel like that was sort of Ryan Johnson's way of saying, like, hey, all you nitpickers at this part of the movie, he's just like tasting the
I
ground.
sure showed you.
How salty. Is this all that's left?
Not like you contributed.
Oh. See, again, what the hell is this? These are just lines. It's now or never. He sounds exactly like Little Nicky.
It's actually Now or Never in the next movie, too.
Oh. You know what, actually, what kind of redeems this ending for me, even though the Kylo Ren stuff is dumb, I like Luke's arc here. Where he returns and faces down the First Order with a lightsaber, like he said earlier.
Yeah.
And he's he's able to
and
become
he becomes
that.
the hero that he was afraid to be.
Well, he lives up to the legend which people have constructed around him.
Yeah.
That's great. I wish they didn't have to ruin Kylo Ren's characterization to achieve that, though.
Like, I don't understand why Kylo Ren, especially if you consider the next movie, which you haven't seen, I know, but Kylo Ren could have just fled from the ship, and then they could have had Donald Gleason attack this base.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And nothing would change.
Or he and Rey could have just left together.
Yeah, fine, whatever. They could have just left. You don't need Kylo Ren here, and then in the next movie he's gonna change anyway.
Yeah. That is true. That is a really good point. There it is.
I think that's the guy that I thought was Randy Quaid.
You look more like Bruce Willis.
No.
Then Randy Quaid? Randy Quaid looks like a ball. Like a ball with pubes on his face. Why did they let Finn drive this thing if he doesn't even know how to use the monoski or whatever she called that thing?
I don't know. You know, this looks like a planet that would probably be cool to explore in an actual Star Wars game.
Yeah, probably. What, just a flat wasteland?
No, I mean there's mountains there and
yeah, there's crystals and
crystal
stuff.
foxes. I like the red and the white and you know.
Yeah.
Just for cool visual.
They should just keep making Knights of the Old Republic style games. Just do those sort of RPGs where you just visit different worlds. I don't know if you know this, Bogan, but my good friend Chris Avalon worked on KOTOR 2.
No way.
I can't wait to have him on the podcast and have to sort of bury that dumb joke of mine. I cannot wait. Look at, they're AT-ATs, but they're more evil. And they have gorilla hands. And also, they don't make sense here. The point of the AT-ATs was that they need to blow up the shield generator, but the shield generator has a shield, so you need to drop something in there and just gradually destroy it. Why don't they just do aerial bombardment again?
You mean just blow up the entire mountain?
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
They're like, oh, this shield, the door, it's gonna hold for some while. Yeah, but there's more... that door surely isn't what the entire mountain is made of. And see, this could have been Chewbacca. Well, it is Chewbacca, but it could have been Chewbacca without Rey. And then he would have had his little moments. Because also, she doesn't do anything else in the movie except lift the rocks.
Yeah, and fail to get together with Kylo Ren.
Yeah. And now Kylo Ren just becomes an angry monster. They hate that ship. Notice they're gonna blow up the satellite dish again. It's gonna fall off right somewhere around this point. I don't want to pinpoint where.
This is like, you kind of have to wonder how she knows this cave system is here and that they can get through it.
The dish went off.
Great.
See, here's the thing about this scene. She's not flying. This isn't her using the Force. This is just Chewbacca. Chewbacca's been like secretly the greatest pilot in the universe, and he just let Han Solo do his flying. And yeah, if you buy Rise of Skywalker brand Millennium Falcons, they're gonna look different from Last Jedi brand Millennium Falcons because the satellite dish is different. It's a new Malibu Stacy. It's the same Malibu Stacy.
Such eye for
but he
detail.
has a new hat. And that's how these fucking movies make their money. It's all in the merchandise.
Who the fuck buys Star Wars merchandise? What do you do with it?
You just put it in a shelf, and you collect it, and then it just takes up space. And when you die, it's put in a landfill where it takes up space.
When you die, people come into your apartment and they go, "What a pathetic loser."
That's never gonna happen to me. I'm gonna burn all of my Yu-Gi-Oh cards before I die. Oh, does Finn have an arc here?
No, it's gonna get cut short.
Yeah, they should have had Randy Quaid in the movie, and he could have done this.
Yeah,
just like an Independence Day. The cannon is warming up now. It's a good thing that his skin is more susceptible to the heat more shielded from the heat than the metal on his ship, right?
Yeah, that glass is really doing its work.
We'll win by protecting what we love, not destroying what we hate.
And both are dead. Oh, too bad.
And dead. Oh, could you imagine if she had killed both of them right there?
It would be so funny. How the fuck did he get out?
He just jumped out.
We were just gonna like. Just not gonna ask that question. How he got out of his ship?
He just dived out. The better question is, how does he get back into the base? Because they said that's the only entrance, that door.
Yeah. They could go there to the tunnel where Poe Dameron just went in.
Yeah. Not fighting what we hate, saving what we love. That's not good at all.
I don't know. What does that mean?
It doesn't mean anything.
Man, you're gonna love Rose in the next movie.
I hear she's not in it that much.
Yes.
Oh.
She gets like.
I feel so bad for that actress.
She gets a clap on the back and like, thanks for saving me, buddy. Now fuck off.
Like I said, I feel bad for that actress. I feel she endured a lot of.
Oh yeah, totally.
A lot of hatred
for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like any of this was her choice.
Yeah. Okay, so the thing is, rest of the movie I think is good. Because it's like Luke Skywalker's story now. And I think Mark Hamill gets top billing in this movie. Dun dun dun. See, Rian Johnson knows exactly what he was doing. I don't think the failings of this movie is on him. I think that the only good stuff in this movie is because of him.
I have that feeling too. I mean, it's just a suspicion, but these pointless B plots, all these different like planets we go to. I feel like that feels like a studio stipulation.
Yeah. We need to make new Lego sets. You can't change the dish on the Millennium Falcon again.
You can't just have a movie on this one island, and it has to be 2.5 hours long.
But the thing is, these studios are so dumb because the stuff that becomes iconic is not the stuff that's mandated. It's the stuff which has those emotional moments. Like Dagobah could never have been a studio idea. And it's not like a fun set or anything, but that's like an iconic location because that's where character stuff happened.
I mean, it's a swamp,
Yeah, but it's just
swamps
it's just a swamp.
Used a lot.
Yeah, it's such a generic location, but it has such a prescience in this franchise because that's where a character went through some development.
Yeah.
Same with Tatooine. It's just a desert. Like a studio could never have in a million years thought that, a desert location, that's going to sell. No, it's just because that's where, Luke's home is. I like this. C-3PO knows that he's not really there. Because he's a robot who can sense organisms. But I don't even know. Maybe Rian Johnson is the idiot who put in all those dumb B plots and Kathleen Kennedy
I
is
was
there.
I was gonna say this is just speculation. I can't tell.
And she's like, no, you need to have themes and you need to have characters. And he's like, duh, spaceship go boom boom. I like how what's funny about this astral projection of Luke's? He made himself look younger. He's so vain.
I remember the Red Letter Media guys saying this, and I didn't notice at all. And I barely notice now because I'm looking for it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have pointed it out. Did you realize when you first saw the movie? Did you realize this was a hologram? Because there are so many hints. He's clearly younger. He's using a lightsaber which we saw be destroyed. He doesn't leave any trail when he's running around in the sand. But it didn't click for me until I saw him be cut in two. And even then I thought, oh shit, did he just kill him? And then I realized
it's pretty obvious that he's not gonna die here, Like he's not gonna walk out there and then draw fire for 2 seconds.
I thought he was going to survive this, but I mean when Kylo Ren cut him down, I thought that was real. I thought he actually killed him there. I was so invested in the movie because of storytelling.
It's kind of, you can't really explain why Luke would survive this.
Yeah, well, I just went, probably the Force. I'm a lot more forgiving of these movies, I find, than you are. He's 63 years old, Mark Hamill. Do you notice how crooked his nose is? Mark Hamill's nose, but also Adam Driver's, I guess. But Mark Hamill's nose specifically, he was in a horrible car crash when he was younger.
Yes, I know.
And ever since then, he's looked crazy weird.
It doesn't look
It's nice
that
of the
weird.
First Order to not kill him, dragging her. It's also cool that Luke Skywalker still maintains that dumb bowl cut he had in Return of the Jedi. This is good, even though it doesn't make sense for Kylo Ren to be doing this.
Well, Adam Driver, like Kylo Ren is so confused that
he's
gonna take any chance to like talk to anyone who he could possibly talk to.
Did you come to save me? No, I didn't. And that's true. You came to distract you, you dummy.
And yet the rebels are just standing there. Like he didn't tell them.
Yeah, he maybe should have told them. Listen, guys, you need to run. Why didn't you point that out earlier, you nerd?
Just follow the foxes.
But see, that's a really dumb strategy to follow the foxes, because maybe they just went to hide in a cave in the cave. You don't know if they made it out.
Yeah. Also, remember when the foxes earlier were just staring at the big metal door for no reason instead of just legging it?
Yeah. See, they really struggled to give her something to do. But then they figured, oh, she can just lift rocks. It probably would have been better if, I don't know, Leia had lifted the rocks, you know?
Yeah, she should be able to do that.
Yeah. See, this is the only nitpick I think is valid in this entire movie. Leia has the power to move those rocks. This is like when Chewbacca walked past Leia after Han Solo died in the last movie. You just forget what characters you have?
That's the only nitpick that's allowed, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I've declared it. Nah, there's a lot of nitpicks. But I think that's every movie. You can nitpick anything.
Nitpicks become bad when they become distracting.
Yeah.
There are things that I love that have a lot of legitimate flaws, and
like One Piece.
Like One Piece, yeah.
I didn't
like
notice
Breath
that.
of the Wild and Wind Waker. But when it's overall just so enthralling, it doesn't matter. This is not.
That's true. I don't think any of these nitpicks would matter to anybody. I think like Leia in the deep space, the Holdo using the light speed to destroy it. I think you're right. If that stuff probably wouldn't have garnered as much vitriol if the movie had been a bit better. See, this is the same garbage dialogue they gave Andy Serkis right before he died. See, Leia's in that shot!
Oh. They should have renamed this movie to Star Wars Episode VIII, not The Last Jedi.
No. I just don't think that was a particularly good joke.
Not? But, I mean, Leia's alive. She's apparently a Jedi.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She is a Jedi. That's revealed in Rise of Skywalker, right? I don't know. Also, you have characters like Ahsoka Tano and shit who's still running around in this universe.
That's actually, like, that is what Jedi Fallen Order is about. Is this star map of Force-sensitive young people who could be recruited to become new Jedi. So they are, like... You know what the last shot of this movie is, right?
This movie?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I've seen this movie.
Yeah. So there is no Last Jedi. So my joke isn't that off base.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Everyone is a Jedi. That's the point of this fucking movie. It doesn't matter what your heritage is. The Force is with you.
Yes.
Now who's the idiot?
Hey. I don't like to be called out. I will say, though, I think they didn't need to kill Luke in this movie. I think that's really... I feel... Did Rian Johnson kill him just because he didn't want the next movie to make him do something stupid?
Yeah, I don't know.
He was kind of like trying to... This is Luke's character arc, and
Yeah.
you're not gonna pile any more garbage on top of it. This is the arc.
Like...
I feel like that may be
if
true.
you plan on dying, you might as well just fly there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, you can't even be bothered to show up in person.
I feel it's also like I don't know. Maybe it's just because I like this character, but I definitely feel like he could have just meditated looking at the sun, and he could have just not died, and then it's like, Rey, come back. I'm gonna teach you everything I know.
Yeah.
But no. Rian Johnson wanted to preserve his arc. And it's an arc that I like, but you didn't need to kill him. He's the best character in these movies. He is, isn't he?
He could have actually been... I mean, this is Episode 5, Yoda. He could have been Episode 6, Yoda, where he was so hurt from his exertion, but he gives Rey his last bit of wisdom before he dies in Episode 9.
You don't even need to... Why does he need to die? Why can't he just live?
Well, you need him to die, because then otherwise he would need to fight at the end. You can't have him be alive and then not face down Palpatine.
Oh, yeah. But see, I think that's a failure of The Rise of Skywalker, that they just reused Palpatine.
Well,
that's the problem.
They killed off Snoke. What the hell are they going to do?
Why not just have it be like Kylo Ren again? He's really
it shouldn't
charismatic.
Be Kylo Ren, though.
No.
See, Kylo Ren should have not killed Snoke and then run away with Rey, and then they would have fought Kylo Ren.
That's true.
They would have fought Snoke. Sorry.
And then Luke in the next movie is just... maybe that can be a Luke movie where he's trying to reach out to them or something. See, this is what I'm talking about. Where she like closes the door on their link, and then the dice disappear, and that part of his life is forever moved away from him because you destroyed it, Kylo Ren. You killed your father, and now you can never go back.
Oh boy, do I have a surprise for you.
Yeah, Kenny Baker isn't in this movie, is he? I think he had passed away prior to this movie.
Is Kenny Baker the guy who plays Chewbacca?
No, that's R2-D2.
Oh.
Peter Mayhew plays Chewbacca.
Oh, Peter Mayhew, yeah, that's his name.
Yeah, he's gone. Unfortunately, they got like a Norwegian basketball player, Jonas something to play, or Jonas something to play Chewbacca now. Oh, I was happy when he died. Oh, it was peace. Look at this.
You know what's fucking weird? What I'm just realizing?
What?
The entirety of Star Wars Episode IX is... There's like flashbacks of Leia training Rey to actually be able to like face down Palpatine. Why didn't she do this in this movie? Why the fuck did they have to go to Luke?
Does Leia know about Palpatine?
Yeah.
In this movie too?
No, in the next one.
Yeah, but does she first learn about him having returned in
no,
the
but
next
there's
one?
flashback where Leia is training Rey. Why the fuck do we need Luke anyway?
Oh, yeah. Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute, that's right.
This is... Episode 9 is the worst fucking movie. It is so bad. It is. It doesn't give a fuck. Oh man, I can't wait till we watch that.
Look at him. Oh, it's like a sword. And it's Star Wars Episode VIII. It's the best one of the sequel trilogy, without a doubt, right?
Yeah. A lot of people don't agree, but if you care about like writing and I don't know, if you care about anything but just seeing things, you know, this at least tries. This is the only movie that tries.
That's true. Well, maybe. See, I haven't seen Episode 9, but from all I hear, it's like it is like Episode 7 again, except no substance.
No,
and no like passion.
Worse.
Yeah, it's just like no passion,
there's
no energy.
There's no story in episode. There's no story, or there's 3 movies worth of story crammed into one. Episode 9 is one of the most cynical movies I've ever seen.
And they also backpedal away from every creative decision this movie made, right?
Every single one.
Jesus Christ. Gwendolyn Christie. Kelly Marie Tran,
okay.
Frank Oz, they got him back. Ugh. Are you excited for Rian Johnson's trilogy of Star Wars movies, which he's definitely still going to be allowed to make?
Yeah, totally. Did you see Knives Out?
No, but I hear it's really good.
It's good, yeah.
Just good.
Well, it had one big problem where I was able to see a plot twist coming like after 20 minutes, and it took till the end of the movie, which was kind of, you know, at that point you feel a bit betrayed by the movie, but the movie itself is good.
That's good. I'll check that out. Nikos Karamigios.
I actually watched a YouTube video where Rian Johnson is breaking down a scene from Knives Out.
Yes.
And he seems so happy. He's such a jovial guy. And he talks, he has a lot of interesting stuff. The most interesting bit being that you can tell when a character is using an iPhone in a scene, he's not going to be the villain. Because Apple does not want villains to be shown with Apple products.
That's good.
Yeah.
You know what? I think people have mixed opinions about Rian Johnson. I think he handled the backlash to this movie like a champion. Where he pretty much dismissed all the childish garbage that was thrown at him, like people calling him a round-headed loser and stuff like that. He just dismissed that completely. There was this great interview somebody conducted where they were like, about The Last Jedi, did you, in retrospect, is there anything you would have done differently, knowing the backlash? And he just immediately went, no, not at all. Like, he does not give a crap. And I think I really like that about him.
But I mean, there are a lot of legitimate reasons to attack this movie and to criticize it.
Yeah,
the question is, doesn't see that.
Yeah, I think he does. I think he knows full well that this is a compromised movie. But I feel like if he sort of stoops down to the level of the people attacking it for dumb reasons, then that's dumb of him to do. But if he sort of kowtows and says like, yeah, there are problems with the movie, here they are, then he's pretty much admitting that the Disney brain trust is hampering the creative decisions of their movie makers, which is why they keep firing all their directors and reshooting all their movies. And if he does that, then he won't be allowed to make his trilogy. So he's kind of in a lose-lose scenario, I feel. But he's a good movie maker. He's made good movies.
He hasn't made a lot of movies, has he?
No, he made
he made 3.
He made Looper, he made this, and he made Knives Out, and
yeah.
The thing though, he directed all the great Breaking Bad episodes. Like that second last episode, Granite State, where Heisenberg finally decides to return. That's a Rian Johnson episode.
Which one?
The one where Heisenberg is in the wilderness. The second last one, which ends with him deciding to return. The best episode in Breaking Bad, he made that.
That's not the best episode.
That's by far the best one. Are you crazy? But anyway, he made a lot of the best episodes of Breaking Bad. Where it's just like Heisenberg in the wilderness, just depleting, and his life is going away from him, and he realizes that he left something undone, and he goes back. Like a gunslinger revolt, he returns to the scene of the crime to right the wrongs he committed. So yeah, Rian Johnson.
I just don't think. I mean, there are a lot of very good Breaking Bad episodes. I would not say that's the best one.
Best one is just by taste. That's my favorite one, at least.
Okay.
And I think it's the highest rated one, or it was. I think when it originally came out, probably it's changed.
I thought the highest rated one, or the most popular one, is isn't it Ozymandias?
You know what? I think he made Ozymandias. Hold on. Like a professional, I'm going to Google. Breaking Bad. Ozymandias.
I'm actually trying to think what my favorite episode is, but
Ozymandias is the 14th episode of the 5th season of the American blah 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 Breaking Bad, and the 60th and third to last episode of the series, written by Moira Valley Beckett and directed by Rian Johnson. There you go. Yeah, that's the episode I'm talking about.
That's a different one.
No, but that's the one I'm talking about, where he...
that's a very different episode than what you described.
My favorite episode is the one where he decides to go back. Okay. That's Granite State, right?
I don't know.
Granite State is the last one. The one I'm thinking about is called something else, right?
No, whatever.
Wait a minute. I don't remember. Anyway, he's made a lot of great Breaking Bad episodes.
Did he make the one where they robbed the train? That's a good episode.
What's that episode called?
I have no idea.
No, see, then I'm not going to be able to help you, am I?
Why? Just look for Breaking Bad, the episode where they robbed the train.
Ugh! That's in season 5. Hold on. Live free or die. Hazard pay. Walter moves back into the house. 51. Lydia. Blah blah blah. Spoilers for Breaking Bad, everyone. Vision. Work together. Vision. Aftermath. Okay. Train heist. Train heist. No, that's somebody called George Mastras.
Okay.
So sorry. So sorry. But yeah, he's a great director. Rian Johnson, just going by his track record with Breaking Bad.
But he was also writer on this, so
yeah,
maybe that was an issue.
You know what? It may have been. Oh, he also made the Fly episode.
Oh,
that's a great
the
episode.
That people want to tell me that it's great, and I don't get it.
It's great though. It's like, hey, you don't have any money. What can you do with this? I'll show just how paranoid he is, and he's just expressing it with trying to catch this fly. Anyway, we should end this recording. We've gone past the movie at this point.
Final thoughts on Star Wars Episode VIII?
Everything I've said. It's the best of this brand of movies. A lot of good ideas, but could have been much better. Right.
Yeah.
Also,
this could have taken Star Wars into a good direction, but it didn't.
Yeah, that's true. It could have really thrown a spanner into the works and forced the fandom to embrace new stuff. But that's not what we're gonna get because all those assholes made those negative videos complaining all the time. Jesus Christ,
do you think?
People.
Well, do you think in 10 years this will be like a cult classic movie?
I don't think it's good enough for that.
Yeah, I think that too. There's too much fluff.
Yeah,
too much dumb shit.
I think that people will. I think people will turn around and be like, you know what? That was actually something that should have been followed back on. We were all wrong back in the day to hate on it so much, considering how dumb everything became afterwards. So it's going to be looked at as like a weird black horse of the, or dark horse of this franchise. But who knows? Maybe Star Wars will become really good in a few years. I doubt it, but, anything could happen. And that's the Last Jedi commentary. Thanks for sticking with us, guys. Apologies for the technical hiccups and the coffee hiccups. Bogan, do you have any final words?
No.
No.
I have said everything.
Alright then. Bye everyone.
Bye-bye.
Stay tuned for our Episode 9 commentary coming.
Well, first
2 weeks.
Would be no. Episode 9 is not on this platform yet.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do solo. Bye.
Bye.